opinion time. Let's talk about Zelda. Let's talk about Ocarina of Time. As my very first playthrough of Ocarina of Time, playing it through the Nintendo Online Extended Press, whatever it was called, there were some drawbacks. And then there was some drawback just because of with it being an N64 game, since it was original just going through the emulation through Nintendo Network. Mainly, the drawback for it is mainly probably a lot to do with not playing with an actual N64 controller and playing with a wannabe Pro controller. Once again, mainly due to the C button. The C button's like the one thing. It's like the one thing absolutely that is so annoying in that version, to the point that I very much would love to either have the N64 controller that Nintendo put out, which I know that's not going to happen because it's sold out and will probably be horribly offensive, or by doing the Retro Fighter controller that have all the buttons that was on the N64 but done in like a Pro controller style. That way we would not have to deal with the C control, because having the C control be literally up, down, left, right on the left and right analog stick is the issue coming, because like I think any of you doing with like the wannabe Pro controllers, you know how the sticks are for the Nintendo Switch. A lot of the time, I'd be like, oh, I'm trying to hit down to arrow, and then Navi would start talking, or I would use another item, especially if it's one that have inventory, such as the bombs. So that was extremely frustrating. Very frustrating. The only other thing that honestly will probably be like a time thing that it'd probably be the same if we were playing on the N64 or with the N64 controller. Like the Z lock-on is funky. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Sometimes, as we've seen multiple times when we were doing like moving blocks and stuff with enemies around, it would be hit the Z button to try to lock on, kill the enemy, and hit it again to get out of the lock on, and it would just literally go to the next enemy and just keep moving between. And the only way I was able to get out of that is like move far enough away and hit the button again to disengage. So that was frustrating, of just having to deal with like that Z targeting, like not locking correctly, or in some cases being like you be looking at an enemy and you hit the button to lock onto them and it just won't lock on at all. So that is also what frustrating. But beyond them two complaints, and one of them have to do mainly with the Switch controller, and since they won't allow you to remap it. Other than that, it's like, I have to say, as I've been saying throughout the playthrough over on twitch.tv/TroyMaconn, come on over if you're not here already. When people said Demon Souls and Dark Souls took inspiration from Ocarina of Time, that is like an understatement. Because in so many ways, there's like so many moments, especially in the final boss fights, of like, no, they just feel like I'm playing a Soul game. Like, obviously a Soul game from 1998, obviously. A lot of the tone, especially some of the combat, especially when we were doing like one-on-one against like human-sized enemies that actually put up a somewhat of a fight. I really did got the same feeling as I did from like playing any of the Soul game from From Software. But overall, I gotta say, this Zelda, playing it now in 2023 for the fourth time ever, I understand why people say this is like their favorite Zelda and favorite game of all time easily. I could see that, like, honestly, because there was like when the game was working and wasn't being janky, it really don't feel like a game from 1998 at all. It feels like they could have easily been like a mid-2000 game, no problem. I gotta give credit to that. Annoyances aside, I am happy we played this, and as my fourth Zelda that we have fully complete, and fourth time playing Ocarina, like, absolutely. So, like, it made me any more excited to see, what have come in, like, the later games, like, the Majora's Masks and so on. So the only Zelda game I have played before this was briefly a little bit of A Link to the Past and the original Zelda, and then Breath of the Wild. And then I made it to the Triforce Quest in Wind Waker, and then stopped on the GameCube. But that was back when the game came out. So who knows how I would feel about it now. I don't remember much beyond a boat and a sneaking mission. But nonetheless, the rest of the game hold anywhere near a good Ocarina of Time. And any if they don't, Ocarina of Time is still 100% worth it. Like, I would say, other than one or two little issues, mainly the C-stick, and also some of the boss fight being a little drawn out in a lot of ways, and some of the boss battle not feeling like you were doing anything to them, but you obviously was. Some of that, I wouldn't say the complete, like, problem, but I guess it is something to will like, though. I do. I recommend it. I recommend it, chat. I know I'm probably recommending it to no one, since everyone other than me had probably played Ocarina of Time, but I can say it still absolutely hold up, especially for someone who have no nostalgia for the game at all. With that, that is just my opinion on Ocarina of Time.